Bentley was founded in 1919, and for 10 years after that it grew into one of the most exciting and dynamic car brands in the world.
Bentley's customers were an eccentric bunch, a group of which were referred to as the Bentley Boys, a group who helped cement Bentley's reputation as a high-performance brand by winning Le Mans no fewer than 5 times in 10 years, including 4 years on the trot.
By the end of the 20s, the new Bentley 8-litre looked like it could be a competitor to Rolls Royce's Phantom II. But the end of the 20s also brought the Great Depression, and with sales dwindling, Bentley was forced to sell out to a company called British Central Equitable Trust.
But it wasn't until all of the paperwork was signed that it was revealed that this was a front for Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce now controlled Bentley, and from then on in, all Bentleys were based on Rolls Royce models. W.O. Bentley, the founder of the company, left Rolls Royce in 1935 to join Lagonda, later to be joined with Aston Martin, and did some interesting work there, but we will never know how Bentley could have developed in the 20th century if it had been left to grow. Fast forward to 2002. Rolls Royce had been bought by BMW some 4 years prior, and the VW group now had control over Bentley.
The first new car to be introduced after Bentley became the property of the VW group was the Bentley Continental Gt. When it was announced, sales had fallen to around 1,000 units per year for Bentley, but within 4 years, in 2007, 10,000 units were sold. Bentley's image had changed.
10 years on from its debut, we now have the second generation of the Continental GT, and this, the fastest production car Bentley have ever made, the Continental GT Speed. The 6-litre twin-turbo W12 engine delivers 616 brake horsepower and will get the GT speed all the way up to 205 miles an hour. It will get from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds and will hit 100 miles an hour from a standing start in just 9 seconds. Design-wise, the GT Speed remains largely the same, with a new darker grille, chrome around the rear light cluster, rifled exhaust, and this W12 badge to show off that you didn't cheap out and go for the V8 version. The leather and wood interior remind you that you've paid £151,000 for this car and make the GT Speed a genuinely pleasant place to spend a few hours while you eat up the miles.
The original Bentley Continental predates the first motorways in the UK, and that's where it gets its name from. To really get the best out of it, you had to take it to France or Germany to enjoy their motorways. Now, of course, we have plenty of motorways in the UK, but you still can't go very fast. So the only real place to take a car like this to see if you can actually get anywhere near that 205 miles an hour is Germany and the Autobahn. VW is known for this iconic W12 6-litre engine, and it is an absolute beauty. It's twin turbocharged, which is where you're getting those 616 brake horsepower from. It's an amazing bolt of power that's just a fraction of a second behind you planting your foot. The new gearbox as well is incredibly intelligent, able to drop you from 8th gear to 4th gear if you need to in a flash of a second to take full advantage of open road ahead of you.
£151,000 may seem like a lot of money, but Bentley are keen to point out that for that you're in fact getting 2 different cars. One is a long-distance GT cruiser you'd expect from Bentley. Comfort and luxury are the watchwords, and both come in spades. You can sit back and let the miles melt away while you blast your favourite tunes through the excellent sound system, which comes courtesy of British manufacturer's Name. The new 8-speed automatic gearbox not only gives you a significant boost to fuel economy, it also allows you to cruise at high speed while barely taxing the engine. If you want to, the GT Speed can be a quiet, refined and relaxing place to be while you get to where you're going. Dropping the GT Speed into sport mode awakens the sharper, snarlier, more aggressive car that has been hiding underneath all along. The throttle response is notably sharpened, and the car will hold on to gears for dear life before letting them go for the next. The result does feel like a different car. In sport mode, on the wet roads we were driving on, it felt like if you dropped concentration for a second you would get yourself in trouble. But don't be mistaken, the GT Speed doesn't turn over full control. The onboard computer still makes more calculations per second than you will in your entire life, all aimed at keeping you stuck on the road.
Bentley are really trying hard to get the dual nature of this car working. On the one hand, a GT cruiser, built for comfort over long journeys. And on the other hand, a dynamic sports car, where at the push of a button you get more responsive handling, more dynamic in the corners, and just a lot more exciting car to drive.
Despite what I may have hoped for, when they told me this car was 2-in-1, it doesn't actually change shape like a transformer. It seems in life you can't have everything, but the Bentley Continental GT Speed, however, is one hell of a car. Whether you want it to smoothly chew up motorway miles or scare yourself half to death on mountain roads, the GT Speed has you covered.